Okay, hello everybody, welcome to another stream on the channel. So today we are joined by Not That Sam Smith.
Hello there.
Hello, and we are going to be building and breaking some Mocs live. So I'm going to be taking apart a few of my Mocs. Sam's going to be building his awesome Camino Moc, and yeah, it should be a good time. So let's take a look at who we have in the chat today. So we have Stefan Eastford, I hope I said that right, Brickfly Smoothie, Commander Fox, Building with Callum, Krista Clone Commander, Brickful Productions, nice to see you here, Burner Builds, Lego Stop Motions, PTA Productions, welcome everybody to the stream. And Ronan Dixon as well, welcome to stream as well. So there's a link to Not That Sam Smith's channel down in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to him. He does absolutely amazing Mocs. And yeah, definitely check out his channel. There's a link to that in the description. And we have a few topics as well lined up for today's stream, which we'll be chatting about. And guys in the chat, leave your thoughts on the topics in the chat section as well. Of course, any questions as well, let us know and we should answer them. All right, so we'll get into the first topic here, which is one that probably you've talked about before, but it's thoughts on the new Bad Batch trailer, because I actually haven't talked about it on one of my streams before, so we'll get into that first. So Sam, if you want to go first, like what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the trailer. I think it's a lot of people have basically said that it is just season 8 of the Clone Wars, and I do see that a lot. So I'm just hyped for it, really. It's essentially the same as getting more Clone Wars stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. It's basically season 8 of the Clone Wars. I mean, seeing Captain Rex, I guess, pretty much more confirms that. It's more, or not confirms, like, sort of more emphasizes the point that is literally just season 8 of the Clone Wars, and it's going to be great, to be honest. So, Grogu Studios, welcome to the stream. Building with Callum says it looks really sick, and Christopher Commander says it looks really sick as well. Yeah, it definitely does. It looks absolutely amazing. I think the thing with Captain Rex looked brilliant. And yeah, it should be a really nice one. To be honest, one thing I wasn't too keen on was the thing with that little girl. I mean,
yeah,
I think Hemanar said this. Yeah, Hemanar said it in one of his videos. Yeah, go on, it's all good.
I'm in the exact same position. The show's called The Bad Batch, not The Bad Batch and a random little girl.
I mean, what's he called? Eminar said it in one of his videos. He just said that he didn't like the Bad Batch, or didn't have like the idea of having a little girl, because the Bad Batch, like a very elite squad of very high class, dangerous clone troopers, and just like a little child running around with them, and it just doesn't make sense at all. So
they're not babysitters.
Exactly, yeah, they are not babysitters, and I really do not understand that at all. All right, Grogu Studios says that Camino is so cool. It definitely is. Sam's Camino is absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Mega Maniacs, welcome to the stream. Brickful says, tell me the Bad Batch, to me, the Bad Batch main characters remind me of the Ninja Turtles. A little bit. I haven't really watched that show, but I know what you mean by that, yeah. Crystal Clone Commander says, apparently there's going to be a Bad Batch shuttle later this year or next year. Yes, that's one of our topics, or something about that later on in the stream, so stick around and we'll be talking about that. Building with Callum says, I do agree with that, but I think it's good, it's going to be good to have a new character. Yeah, it's definitely nice having new characters. However, of all the characters you could pick, you chose a little girl. I mean, it's not ideal, I don't think. Brickful said I thought that was a boy. No, that's a girl. Barney, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Ron says that girl could be a boy and that boy could be a Palpatine son. Yeah, I don't think so, to be honest. Though it would be cool, I guess, but I don't think that would be it. Lalix says, Red Bricks, are you British? Yes, I am. Critical Commander says it's a scuffed Mando story with dangerous people and with basically young children. Kind of. The dangerous people with young children, definitely, but I don't think it's be a scuffed Mando story, to be honest. I think it's be pretty good, to be honest. FB Reviews, welcome to the stream. Brickfly says, dude, the new Bad Batch gives us such a cool look into the story, and to be honest, I really enjoyed the sequence with the Imperial ATT. Yes, that looks really cool. All right, so I'm gonna quickly not read the chat as much just for a second, guys. So we'll get to our next quick topic. That's just a quick one, however. But yes, the chat's going faster than it normally is. So if I do miss some stuff, guys, just put it back in afterwards. I'll get around to it. Anyway, Commander Fox and Red Brick trying to read the chat fast. Yes, I am. Okay, so Sam, shall we get into our next topic then?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so the next one is what we expect from the show now we've seen the new trailer. So that's like sort of things we, I guess, want to see. Now we've seen like Rex and stuff. Like, I guess what we think will happen with Rex and stuff like that. So if you want to go first on that one.
Yeah, I think the most interesting aspect of the show is going to be like how how the Bad Batch themselves deals with Order 66, if they're going to comply with it, if they're going to go against it, and basically the fallout from that, and to see where that eventually leads.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's gonna be interesting because do they have their inhibitor chips in or not? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what the question is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure if they do or not, but it would be definitely interesting to see if they follow Order 66 or not. I mean, if they do, it'll be interesting. I don't think they will, to be honest, though, because Grand Moff Tarkin does say that he's gonna be hunting them down or something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure if they will or not, but it's interesting to be honest. It's very interesting. Critical Command says, what are you building, Reverence? I'm not building anything. I'm currently taking apart a mock I have. However, Sam is building his Camino mock, as I said before. Brickful says, question, do you like when people type like this? No, I don't like when people type no spaces in. Not at all. Okay, so there are like the two quick topics just to get through at the start. So should we get to one of the bigger topics, I think. So that's what we expect from not what we expect. Thoughts on the new Bad Batch figures not having helmets. So this is honestly, in my opinion, quite a big problem. So I'll go first. So personally, I think if a figure like the Bad Batch figures, who are really, really hyped up figures, in my opinion, like a lot of people want them, them not having helmets sort of just takes away from the figure, because one of the cool things about Bad Batch is their unique style of armor and helmets and stuff. So them not having the helmets seems like Lego just cheating out on that side of things, to be honest. So what do you think about that, Sam?
Yeah, I think it's a real issue. No one's going to want to make Clone Wars mocks with them not having their helmets on. It's just inherently not as interesting and cool.
Exactly, yeah, I agree with
you.
Yeah, go on.
It's like releasing. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example to compare it to. It's like releasing an ATSD but not including the ATSD head.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Surely Lego would have remembered how much everyone hated that set because it didn't contain the whole thing, and now they're going to do the exact same thing again and expect people to be okay with it.
Yep. I completely agree with you. I know exactly what you mean there, yeah. That's pretty much exactly what I think there. So, guys in the chat, what do you think about Bad Batch figures not having their helmets on? Because to be honest, I think it's a real big shame. Like Sam said, it's a real big shame. People aren't going to want to build Mocs with figures who don't have helmets on. And I mean, I'll probably still buy a set and then have to buy some custom helmets somewhere else, which will be a lot more expensive, but just to make the figures worth it, I guess I have to buy the custom helmets. But yeah, I mean, Sam, if you get a set, will you buy the custom helmets if you don't?
I think that's just going to have to be the case because there's no other option.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. All right, so I'm going to go to the chat a little bit more. If I've missed any of the stuff, guys, then put it back in and I should hopefully be able to get back to it. All right, Bricktastic Studios, welcome to the stream. Lego, welcome to the stream. Brix says, I just want to see more on what happens to feel how the Bad Batch are going to feel having to fight with their own brothers. Excited. Yeah, that'd be very cool for the show to see them. And they seem to be turning against, or the Empire seems to be turning against them, or they seem to be turning against the Empire. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with having to fight against their own brothers. Biggest Callum says, what about Sam Smith? How long have you been working on your mock?
On this specific Camino mock, I've been working. Well, today will mark 12 weeks of working on it. Although I did take a month out of working on it, so I'd say about total 12 weeks I've been working on this.
Yeah, because you took a whole month out for mini mock March. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that mini mock March thing was just absolutely brilliant. That really was. I watched every single episode. I don't think I commented on all of them, but they were very, very good. Like, all of them.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. What was it? The Death Troopers Flying Death Machine Death. That one.
Oh yes.
I can't remember the name of that, but for some reason I just really like that one. I don't know, but that was one of the that's honestly one of my favourite ones. I just like the imagination behind that. So, yeah, all right, I'm gonna go through a little bit more. So, Brandon Fox says, I bet they will come out with some plain white phase new clones for the Bad Batch. You'd think so, but I'm not too sure if they would, to be honest, because the thing is with the Bad Batch, well, not with the Bad Batch, like with the Clone Wars, they didn't come out. Clone Wars Season 7, there were plenty of white phase new clones that we saw, and yet they didn't come out with any, and that was the Clone Wars. So in the Bad Batch, I'm not sure they will either. So what are your thoughts on that? They will or not?
Yeah, I think they kind of like fulfilled everyone's clone trooper need with the 501st Battle Pack, because that was already like a big campaign before. Like, the presentation of the Clone Wars was even a thing. So I think now is the right time to finally give us like plain Phase 2 clones.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so right, go through a little bit more of the chat. Brickful says, "Hey Brix, what time is it for you?" Currently, it is 4:10 p.m. or in the afternoon. So yeah, Brickful says, "Yes, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?" And he's yes without a helmet. That would be. Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, Brickful. Yes, I can't imagine Lego would have to say yes either. Oh, wait, they did. So yeah, I can imagine they'll probably not include helmets for some clone troopers. So. Yeah, it is a Lego thing to do. All right. Where are we? FB Review says, "Very optional is popping off. Thank you very much. Yeah, well received. So thank you very much for all your guys' support. It means an absolute ton. And speaking of support, make sure to go and follow the link in the description below to that Sam Smith channel where you'll find Mocs that are 50,000 times better than mine. So go follow the link in the description and subscribe to his channel as well." Mr. Current Commander says, "I think an interesting idea is if the Bad Batch come across clones who complied with Order 66. Yeah, I imagine they definitely will come across clones who followed it at some point in the trailer, because or not the trailer, in the show, because it definitely seems like the Empire are hunting them down. So I can imagine they'll definitely run into a few non-friendly clones, which they're gonna have to try and take out. J-Mod Studios, welcome to stream. Tate the Great Studios as well, welcome to stream. Brickfly says the helmets are partly the coolest thing about any clone trooper, and to be completely honest, I hope really hope that we don't go down in that direction. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's really quite a shame that they're skimping out and stuff like that. I mean, if the Bad Batch figures, like even the Bad Batch figures not having helmets, will really decrease the sales in that set, I think, because they are really good. Sam, I'm pretty sure you said something about wanting the Bad Batch figures in a load of different sets, didn't you?
Yeah, that it was basically just like saying that if you split up the Clone War, the Bad Batch characters between multiple sets, it will mean that we get more Clone War sets, because you're not going to find a Bad Batch member with another X-wing. They're going to have to come with like an AT-T or a V-wing or something like that. So it's just a way to get more Clone War stuff, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually not a bad thought. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people will be quite annoyed by the fact that you have to buy multiple sets and spend more money to get all of them. However, gone.
I'm totally happy with them all coming in one set. Like for my wallet, it would definitely be beneficial for them to all come in one set for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I like your train of thought there with like the whole changing up not changing up what's it called? Yeah, like put them in different sets, because then Lego will have to make more Bad Batch sets. Like say a Bad Batch figure isn't becoming an X-wing, is it? So I see what you mean there. Let's go through that a little bit more. Callum says, "What's your favorite 2020 set?" That's a very good question. Sam, do you want to go first on that one? I'm gonna have to say some stuff about that.
My favorite set of 2020. It's probably a little bit too obvious to go with the 501st Battle Pack, but I think just what it did for the LEGO community and like the story behind it, I think would probably put that as my favorite.
Yeah.
In terms of like the actual build, I'd have to think like you've got to admit like the builds in the 501st Battle Pack probably are not the best that LEGO's ever come up with.
Oh no.
Like they are oversized and whatnot. So for the actual build, maybe something like I always thought that the A-wing looked really cool as a build.
Yeah, I agree with you. That one was a pretty cool build. The USS A-wings. So yeah, I mean, so is your favorite 501st Battle Pack, or is it not?
I'd probably put the Battle Pack as my number one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean by that. It's definitely like it's not the best set in the world, but for many figures, it probably is. It's not like the greatest set you're going to see. However, it is a pretty monumental set, I think, and that's what a lot of people like it for. As well, the clone troopers, they like it for the fact that some of the whole LEGO community came, well, not the whole, but quite a lot of the LEGO community came together to achieve, and LEGO ended up doing it. So I see what you mean by that. But personally, my favorite is probably the Mos Eisley Cantina, because I managed to get that one, and it is really good. The quality in that set is absolutely amazing. It's definitely worth a lot of money. However, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. So my favorite probably is the 2020 MBS Mos Eisley Cantina. Okay, so Bruno with Callum says, Oh no, you're talking to someone else there. Britful says, Brix, have you been watching The Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I have, yes. Sam, have you been watching it?
Indeed, yes, I have been.
Yeah, what do you think of it so far?
I like it. I wasn't a fan of the very first episode because like they weren't they were kind of just quite separated out from each other. But I think from then it's been a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first episode had a very slow start, in my opinion, and it wasn't like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It was like Falcon and sometimes the Winter Soldier. So it's definitely nice to see them paired up again, and it's okay. Like some of the episodes have been a bit, like, oh, that's interesting. However, I think it's alright. It's definitely a show that needs to be. I think some of the episodes are not brilliant. However, it's quite an interesting show to watch, and it's nice to see how the Falcon and the Soldier are after the Avengers Endgame thing and all that. But personally, though, the new Captain America guy, I don't like him. So, yeah. What about you, Sam?
I think that's kind of the point that you're not supposed to like his character.
Yeah, I imagine so, but yeah, not a big fan of him at all. Where are we? Brix says the build of the Starfire Spark Pack have some really useful pieces. Yeah, I never have actually used the pieces for Starfire Spark Pack to build like any like separate things, but Sam, have you?
I've just like taken apart the build and used like pieces in different Mocs. I find pretty much every single Lego piece is useful in some way for some kind of Moc.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's definitely I don't know. I have a problem with taking apart sets and then put them into like even if they have really useful pieces, I tend not to take them apart just because I like having the set complete. So I personally won't do that. However, I have seen that there are some pretty useful pieces in there, especially in the Spear. I've seen a few pieces. So yeah. Where are we? Chris Clone Commander says, Rubrics, are you going to build a mock after taking part that one? No, I couldn't read that then. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to build a mock after taking part this one because I actually have another one back there behind all this, which I'm going to be taking apart as well. So yeah, I'm going to be just taking apart mocks today. I tend not to be able to build mocks on streams just because you need to be like focusing really hard. As me and Sam were sort of saying before the stream started, it's definitely a thing. After building mocks on a stream, it's definitely something you don't want to be building complex mocks. I'd say is not something you want to be doing. Like what Sam's doing now is placing tiles down and stuff, which is fine for stream. So that's like concentrate too much on it. However, building like a normal stream is, or like building like a complex mock where you have to think about it in the stream is definitely not an ideal thing to do. So yeah, were you about to say something, Sam?
Oh no, I was just saying that I agree with you that building mocks in stream is probably one of the hardest things to do.
Definitely is, yes. So it's definitely like quite a hard because you really have to be focusing on it, and you're either not going to get anywhere with a mock or just not going to chat with people. So it's one of two. So yeah. Where are we? Brix says, "Oh, the Mos Eisley, I forgot about that. Yeah, did you end up buying that? Did you end up buying the Mos Eisley grip? I know you're thinking about it. So did you end up doing that? Alex says, I'm waiting for my Lego AAT for it. Yeah, that's cool. I did get the AAT back when it released, so I haven't really had to get another one recently. However, it's definitely a pretty cool set and should be a good one there. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Brix says, I recently started one of the Mandalorian and Fire. Oh yeah, and I'm a bit late. Actually, really, I didn't know you'd not seen that yet, but yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool one. The first episode. So. Yeah, that's from ages ago. When's that? 2019. Wow, yeah. That is a bit late, but hopefully you enjoyed that. Prickfly says, okay, guys, here is another one. Imagine Lego putting the helmet mold into a set once and doing it never again. Wouldn't that be awful? Crazy theories. When did they do that? You know when they did that, Sam?
I think they've probably done it a ton of times. Like, there's a bunch of different characters which have like unique helmets and head molds and things like that they never reuse again.
Yeah,
just think about. I'm trying to think like a specific example, which is like more unique. Like, yeah, and like think about like there's a ton of battle packs like that. Imperial Patrol Trooper battle pack. You remember that one? Like the stormtroopers on the speeder bike. Those helmets were never used again. And I think there's quite a few battle packs which were like unique helmets that have never been used again. Whereas like Lego could make 2 helmets which have like room to put visors in and use them in a ton of sets, but haven't decided to make it once. But then they can make all of these other fancy new molds which are only seen in one set and things like that. So it doesn't really make sense as to why they can't make specific helmets for specific clones. Like
I know what you mean there. Yeah, that's a good point. Now I think about it, it happens a lot with this. So, yeah, but I mean, oh, you mean with like the 2016 Exo pilot? Oh, yeah, that was yeah. Okay, I know what you mean there, but like, yeah, for some reason I just couldn't think of them when they did it, and now you just listed all of them. So, thank you. Chris understand if they made a massive building series Camino and it came with lots of clones, would you buy it? Yeah, definitely. Sam, would you?
I'd probably build it to just like compare it to my current build and just like see
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I think I'd love to get like actual Kaminoan figures
Definitely.
of like the actual alien species that you see on Camino. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I agree with you there, definitely. I mean, it's I can't believe we haven't seen a Caminoan yet. So yeah, definitely we will see at some point. Imagine with the Bad Batch Bad Batch show coming out soon. There's Camino in that, so hopefully we'll see some sort of thing related to that. However, I'm not too sure that. Hopefully see something at some point. Go on. Yeah.
They'll probably release a Kaminoan figure like the second I finish breaking apart my Mocs, so like I can't use them in it, just to annoy me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how long are you planning to go on with that Moc for? Though it's pretty big already, isn't it? So how long are you trying to?
Yeah, I've still got quite a ways to go on it. Like I need to finish. Like my main thing to finish is like the roof. That like if I like move my camera slightly without knocking everything over. Like this is what it currently looks like in total. I still need to put like the roof all over the top of here, and it does go on platforms, which is like on a big ground, which is the water on it. So it does have quite a while to go yet, but I'm just taking it as it comes, pretty much, to try and get it finished.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
a very specific site.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very detailed mock there. So yeah, pretty cool though. I can imagine it's probably quite an expensive one to build as well because the amount of detail and using to like walls especially are absolutely incredible. So yeah, definitely brilliant mock those. So, yeah. Right, where are we? But the talent says I get what you mean, Sam, and that's why I built my own one. What you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I completely forgot what to say about that. But yeah, just
I wrote.
Yeah. Where are we? Brix says, Brix, sorry for the late reply. I didn't end up buying the more sizes set. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully we'll get it at some point. But it's a very, very good set. Definitely worth it in my opinion. So yeah, you should be pleased with it if you get that at some point. Oh, you mean Kaminoan? Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Lego hasn't done a Kaminoan or hasn't made a Kaminoan figure. It really does shock me. Like, it really does. It's something that I thought they would have done for episode 2. Episode 2 set at some point. Like, it's been over almost 20. I think it has been over 20 years now since episode 2's come out. So
I think next year is the 20th anniversary for it.
Oh, fair enough. Oh yeah. So it's been almost 20 years since they come out. So hopefully, if they don't do one for the Bad Batch for the 20th anniversary episode 2, they might come out with something. But we'll have to wait to see with that. So should we get into our next topic then?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. All right. So that is the best style of mock building, for example, freeform or not freeform. So, guys in chat, let us know what your preferred style of mock building is if you build mocks. And yeah, so Sam, do you want to go first on this one because you are a pretty good mock builder?
I think for me, like when I decide if I want to build something freeform or just like on a base or like got like a black border on it or something, it depends on a couple of things, those being the size of it and the actual like the thing you're building. I find that like the bigger your mock is, the more likely you are to use a black border just to clean it up nicer, whereas I think smaller mocks suit the freeform style a little bit better. Like, and also I think what you're building is quite important to factor whether you want to build it with a border or just in freeform. Like I find like buildings work much better to do with a border or like any like sort of like main, sort of like structure. Whereas like if you want to build some landscape, I'd recommend doing it with freeform just to make it look more natural. I think that's how I'd split it apart there.
Yeah, fair enough. I know what you mean there. It's like it depends really on the size of what you're building that you do either freeform or not. So yeah, I'm gonna go through the chat a little bit, then I'll give my opinions on that. So Christopher Commander says, I am pretty sure they made a Camino alien before. No, I don't think they have. They might have like way back in the day, but I'm pretty sure they haven't. Alex says, you're doing anything special for May the 4th? To be honest, probably just building some Lego sets. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing. You can't do much in the UK for May the 4th, so unfortunately not. Oh boy, you can't do much at the moment in the UK at least. Yeah, probably not, but I'll have to wait see when it gets to the day. Where are we? Alex says, I'm doing a mock right now. Awesome. What type of mock is it? Brickfly says, by the way, are you guys planning on building any bigger mocks for the Bad Batch? If you're inspired, of course. Currently, no. However, I imagine I'll do a mock at some point based on the Bad Batch. However, currently, I'm not currently going to be like building like a huge, large-scale one or anything anytime soon. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I was considering, because it looks like from the trailer that the Bad Batch are going to be in Camino itself for a little bit of the season. I was considering to like maybe make certain like maybe like put like a random room in the mock dedicated to the Bad Batch and have like them like standing in there, because most of this mock is based off I think it's season 3 of the Clone Wars. It doesn't really make sense to them mixing phase 1 and phase 2 in the same mock. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure them like their own like little dedicated area, but that kind of depends on when I finish the mock and when the Bad Batch shuttle comes out, because if I finish this long before the shuttle comes out, I won't be able to get the figures in time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
It's
on that.
yeah, I mean, it'll be quite. I imagine it'd be quite nice to have like a little Easter egg in the mock, maybe like somewhere to have a Bad Batch shown. But I know what you mean. It's if you want to go for accuracy, it's probably not the best idea. But yeah. What we talk about? Yeah, I'm personally not going to build a Bad Batch mock though, Brickfly, because it's not right now at least. Not from what's in the trailer. I'm not going to. I'm going to build like a. I imagine I'll build a small scale one, but not like a large scale one or anything. So yeah. Where are we? Let's go back into that a little bit. Where are we? I can't see the chat. I'm gonna go through a little. I'm just gonna skip over a few things, guys, just because I can't actually see where I was a second ago. So if I'm looking at anything, put it back in. Christopher Commander says there was one in the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga video game at least. Yeah, there wasn't in the video game, I imagine, but I don't know if they've actually made one. I don't think they've made one in actual.
Yeah, I don't think there's a physical one.
Yeah, but there was one in the video game. Where are we? One with Callum says, "Oh yeah, of course, I forgot about that." Which one we talk about there? I mean, what are you talking about there, One with Callum? I'm not sure. Alex says, "Is there Jewel or Mustafar? I'll post progress on my channel." Awesome, yeah, I'll check that out. Jewel or Mustafar sounds pretty cool. Christopher Commander says, "I'm just building an Utapau mock right now, just because I can." Yeah, it's definitely very cool. I mean, I would build an Utapau mock, however, I just don't have the colored pieces for it. Yeah, Sam, are you planning on building a Utapau mock at any point?
I was considering doing a small one for Mini Mock March, but I think the Utapau market for a minute is kind of like dominated by, I don't know if you know, is it called Coconut Brick Studio?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, because he's building a huge.
He's got a gigantic Utapau going on.
Yeah, it's
so I don't think anything I could build at the minute would even compare to that. So I'll leave him to do that for now. And I'll just focus on Camino, I think.
Yes, probably a good idea, but yeah, right off the moment, it has definitely been taken. Well, it's definitely been used, or I don't know how to say it. It's definitely been. I don't know how to say this, but Ryloth is definitely Coconut Brick's video in the moment, because his mock is absolutely massive. It's so big. I don't know if that might actually be like more amount of pieces than Solid Brick Studios Mandalore one. Do you know if it is or not?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a lot.
It is definitely an absolute ton. So I'm not sure. It might be, it might not, but it's definitely a huge mock, and it's very, very good as well. Where are we? Brickful says, question: if you sort your brick, how would you sort them? Yeah, I sort my bricks occasionally, and I usually sort them either. Well, I mean, certain bricks I just sort them by color. Certain bricks I'll sort them if I have more of them by the certain brick, like the type of brick they are. So that's how I sort them. What about you, Sam? How do you sort your bricks?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same situation. Basically, depending on the amount of the piece I have, depends how I'll sort it. If I've only got like a small amount of the color, like purple or something like that, I'll just have all my purple pieces together in like one little box. Whereas like my dark bluish grey is split between tons of different ways because I've got lots more of it. Yeah,
fair enough. I mean, it's definitely. I'll say if if you're going to sort your bricks, you definitely stay on top of it, because as soon as you like start stepping up and just chucking random bricks in a box, it then just gets like, when you go to organize it, it just gets so hard. I just end up not doing it, because like I did that back in December when I was running a load of Mocs. I just chucked a bunch of bricks just in a box together, which I would normally sort, but I just didn't. And now I'm still going through them now and just organizing them, because it just takes so long. So, yeah, that's that's definitely something you don't want to do if you do sort bricks. Where are we? General Wolf said your top 5 Lego Star Wars mock builders. Okay, that's a good one. Right, Sam, do you want to go first on that? Because I'm going to have to think about that, because, yeah, do you want to go first on that one?
My personal top 5, I think First Order Lego is an obvious one, but yeah, he's awesome.
Definitely.
With him, I'd also put like the other like the smaller mock builders, like kind of he's not really a small channel, is he? If you're familiar with H2 Brick, he's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Star Max, he's really good. He just put out a new mock set recently that was really good. Solid Brick Studios, of course. Brick by Jay, of course. I think that's 5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they're pretty similar to ones I'd say. I actually couldn't rank them 1 to 5. However, if I was going to pick 5 of them, I'd say, like you said, first of all, Lego, Solid Brick Studios, Bridge Boy J. They're probably my top 3. I don't know. They just seem like really good, really good mock builders. Then I'll probably go with Star Marks is very, very good, I'd say. So probably Star Marks. And then it would be between Brick Quiz maybe or H2 Brick. I'm not too sure, but one of them two. I think the Brick Quiz has more my sort of style of Mocs he does, so I quite like it for that reason. But yes, they both do very, very good Mocs. It's very hard to choose because there are so many talented builders in the Lego Star Wars community at the moment. So yeah. Brickfry Smoothie says, dude, I always love building freeform Mocs. It can most of the time give your Mocs a very realistic look. It depends on the parts. It depends on your parts collection to build one, though. Can't include on in bigger Mocs often. Yeah, I know what you mean. So it depends, because you have to have certain pieces to be able to do an effective freeform Moc. Otherwise, it just looks a little bit odd, I think. So I actually have a few here. Like these snot bricks are quite useful. I think you can still see that, but it's a black one. But yeah, like snot bricks with like the ones on the side are pretty useful. I imagine Sam's done more freeform Mocs with stuff than me. So like, what are some like useful bricks to do freeform Mocs with them?
Yeah.
What are some like useful ones to do? Like useful bricks to use.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, so no worries. It's like what's some like sort of useful like with freeform Mocs have to have like very specific pieces to do it effectively. Like what like the best ones to use for a freeform Moc?
Yeah.
In your opinion.
Like, my favorite piece to use on a lot. Let me go grab one for you.
Alright, cool. Yeah, no problem.
I'd go with this one here. It's kind of like a snot brick, but it's like too tall almost.
Oh, all right, yeah.
I find this really useful because it's, it's just like a taller, stronger version of the snot brick, which means you can go do snot a little bit higher up. I really like using these for freeform stuff. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I personally haven't really got any of them, so I never thought about that one. So that's like definitely a very good one to use. It's probably a lot stronger than like regular 1 stud high ones, or like 1 brick high ones. So yeah, that's probably a very good one to get, and definitely a lot stronger than like on the edges. It can be quite flimsy sometimes, like the edges of the freeforms. So that's probably a good one to use for like keeping it a lot stronger and stable, I guess. So I'll probably get them at some point. I'm on 81. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? General Wolf says, your 3 favorite Lego Star Wars sets. All right, so I'll go first on this one. So I'll go with ones I own, just because there's so many that I couldn't pick from like the entire range of Lego Star Wars sets that are at the moment, like out, or there have been. So I'll go with ones I own. The ones I own, my top 3 would be number 1, the Mos Eisley Cantina, the big one. That's my favorite one because it's just so cool. It really is so full of detail and stuff. And then number 2 would probably be the what would it be number 2? Probably the Republic Gunship from 2013. That's a very, very cool set. And at number 3, I'd have to say the GTS X one as well. That's a very good set as well. So like the biggest sets of mine and the older ones are probably my favorite ones. So they're my top 3. What about you, Sam?
I put one of my favorite sets. I really like the 2013 ATT. I just think that's a really well done set.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that one. I like my. It's hard to think. Just narrow them all down to your top 3 favorites ever. I'm a big fan of the not the giant UCS Imperial Star Destroyer, but the 2014 one. It was more like a playscale version. I just think it was a really well done model as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I'd also put down probably just something for the actual set instead of the UCS Slave one. That's probably my dream set to get, which I currently don't already own, and I really want that one.
Yeah, that's definitely very cool as well.
Hopefully get it.
Yeah, I mean, older sets seem to quite at the moment be the oldest sets back in the day seem to at the moment be a lot of people's favorite ones, just because I guess of the nostalgia and the rarity of them. So yeah, I can definitely agree with you there on that one. Let's go through a little bit more of the chat. So where are we? Bricantic Tix, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Brickful says, I may have asked before, but will we ever do a face reveal? Yeah, at some point, probably, maybe, possibly. You never know. Where are we? Rise of Brix, welcome to the stream. We're doing pretty good, thanks, and British Waffle Productions as well. That's what I said you on in for, so welcome to the stream as well. Okay, no worries, I think that's absolutely fine. No worries at all. Alright, so should we get into our next topic then? Can you hear me, son?
So yeah, sorry. I thought you were
That's right.
something.
That's all good, don't worry. Yeah, my connection's buffering in and out, so I don't know if I have a little thing on my screen saying my connection's going in and out. So I don't know if I'm glitching or anything at the moment. So yeah, as long as you know that's good. Alright, so yeah, we'll get to our next topic then, which is our thoughts on the new Mid-4th Tatooine Homestead leaks thing. So yeah, that's apparently going to be coming out. It is going to be coming out on May the 4th, and it's like a vignette style one. If you haven't seen it, it's like a vignette style one, a bit like the previous one with the Death Star 2 battle promotion. However, this is a Tatooine one. And yeah, so Sam, if you want to go first on your thoughts on that one.
I've never really been a fan of these new style of gift with purchase type things where it's just the scene, but it's just in micro scale, and you can only just barely tell what it's supposed to be. I just compared to what we used to get back in the day, like Darth Revan or the Shadow Arf Trooper, or even the less good ones like the Admiral Yularen or something like that. I think those were vast improvements over what we're getting nowadays, which basically anyone, because they work as exclusives, those minifigures, but anyone could just build the new gift with purchase type things, so they just don't seem as cool to me.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, it's definitely. I think there seems to be going on quite a negative trend of promotions, at least with Lego Star Wars, because it started off with the really good minifigures like Darth Revan, those sort of things, and then we went down to worst minifigures, being the first sort of Stormtrooper, then going into weird little buildable figures. I don't know what they were, but we got the RGB and BB-8 things, which were very disappointing, and now we're getting the vignette style things as well. So it does seem to be going on quite a negative trend, because, like you say, you can't really tell what they're meant to be, except what it says on the box. But if you just showed someone, they'd be like, "Yeah, what is that?" So it would it is a shame. I think it's better than Death Star 2 Battle promo, in my opinion. It's definitely a bit better than that. However, it's not great. I have to say, it looks a bit weird. I don't like the I don't know. I just don't like that style of promo. So I really don't like it. I mean, for May the 4th, it's Star Wars Day. You have to get something better for Star Wars Day than just a little pile of tan-coloured bricks. To be honest. So it's a shame, but it is. You can't do a huge amount about that. All right, let's go a bit more. So Brixful says, maybe, I'm very straight to the point. Yeah, I was trying to think of what I was meant to say there, but yeah, all right, fair enough, Brixful. Brickfly says, here we go again. With the May the 4th promos, I really like the techniques they use on them, but most of the time, and it's partly pretty cute as well, but do we really need it? Yeah, we definitely. I don't think we do. I mean, if it was for sake of a random promo that they're just giving out, then I don't think I'd have so much problem with it. However, it's a May the 4th one, so it's a Star Wars Day thing. That's a bit of a shame. So, yeah, I mean, Sam, would you be
I feel
less
like
disappointed? Yeah, it's good. Go on.
I feel like if Lego just released those exact sets just as part of like the main wave, being like these mini display sets, I don't think anyone would have an issue with them. It's just the
Yeah.
fact that they're like people know what they're replacing, like what we used to have, which was so good, and then they replaced them with like the terrible like buildable BB-8 type thing, and no one liked that. And then they tried to go with these new like vignette things, and people just know that people know that Lego can do better, so it annoys them when they're not doing better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That so, I guess I mean if it wasn't for May the 4th, would you be as disappointed?
No.
No, same here. So I think it's because people know what they like, as you said, know what they're replacing, and with like we had like two like stuff rather than those sort of really really good high quality exclusive minifigures, and then now we've moved on and started these weird little displays and yet things that nobody really likes. I mean, it's definitely it's, it's definitely a shame that the it's going in that sort of direction, and hopefully it changes at some point. However, I don't think it really will. To be honest. So yeah, but I agree with what you're saying. If they just released it as a set, or like it was a promo, maybe different time of the year, just like something random, and they kept the figures as made a fourth promo, people would like it. However, they haven't. It is what it is. You can't do much about it because we're not in charge of Lego. We can't change their mind. However, it is definitely a shame as to they're going in that sort of direction with the promos. So yeah, I just need to. I've got something stuck in my throat. Hold on a second. Yeah, I had something stuck in my throat. That was weird. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go through the chat a little bit more. So, where are we? Bernard Callum says, if you could choose a place in Britain to visit, where would you choose to go to? The Lego store in London, the big Lego store in London. That's where that's where I'll go to. Yeah, have you ever been there, Sam?
What, the big Leicester Square one? I think I have been there when I went
Oh, really?
to London a couple of years ago. It didn't like because I live so close to like a Lego store currently. It didn't like shock me that much. It's basically just a Lego store. There's two like levels on it.
Yeah,
but it's still basically any Lego store is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know what you mean, but yeah, the closest Lego store to me is really small, so I would like to go there at some point because I heard it's one of the biggest in the world, if not the biggest. I'm not sure, unless it's definitely pretty big, and I'd definitely like to visit there at some point in time. But yeah, it's definitely a very cool one. I actually watched a documentary documentary on them making that Lego store, which was really really cool to watch. So yeah, it definitely looks like a really really cool. So, yeah. Right. Alex says, I live in Britain, so I can go any day. Yeah, not during these times. Yes, definitely. I know what you mean. Yeah, Britain is a good place for. Well, I mean, it's good in some cases for what's it called? It's good in some cases for Lego stuff, but in other cases not. You get like the nice big Lego store, Leicester Square, and stuff like that. However, you also do get like non-exclusive promos, for example, not promos. Yeah, like the non-exclusive direct-to-consumer set. What am I saying here? Like the Best Pin Jewel. I cannot speak right now, but like the Best Pin Jewel and stuff like that, we don't get. It's gone.
That really annoyed me when we didn't get any of that.
I know. It was so annoying. I really, really wanted that set, and I was just like, oh no, we can't get it. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely good in some cases for Lego stuff. However, in others, it's definitely not good thing. So it's a mixed match, but yeah, it's not too bad though. Where are we? Let's go back a little bit. Nico Brix, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? He says my name is Blue. Look at that. Yeah, your name is Blue. I've made you moderator. I thought I'd already done it ages ago, but turns out I hadn't. So I've made you moderator now. But yeah, your name is Blue. So yeah, Brickford says I've always wanted to go to Britain since I was young. I hope I can go one thing. Yeah, it's a very very nice place actually. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to go, definitely visit the big Lego stores. They're a nice place to go as well. So yeah, Bottom Callum says, oh no, you're talking to someone else there. Where are we? Brick Price says, oh no, you're talking to Nico. Oh, it's Brix. Welcome to stream. Finally, somebody's not talking to someone else. Welcome to stream, Owens Brix. How are you doing? Crystalline Commander says, I have finished building my Uthon mini mod. Really? That's awesome. Yeah. What type of color of bricks did you use? Did you use like the weird dark tan color bricks or What type of brick did you use? Wait, what colour is for Utah? It's like a weird colour. What colour is that?
I think dark tan works best for Utah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a few people like gone with like different. Yeah, I mean, a few people have gone with like different colours for it, which look a little bit weird, but I think dark tan is probably the best colour for that. So, yeah. We're in the chat. Where are we? Alex says, when I was little, I had the Millennium Falcon bags that I knocked off my wardrobe. that's a good thing to be honest. Yeah. Is that still broken? I imagine it might be still broken, but yeah, I ended up throwing my Millennium Falcon on the floor, so we're in the same sort of situation there, so absolutely fine. Yeah, I thought someone stuck in my throat. It's really annoying. Chris the Clone Commander says, I use the tan. Yeah, tan is definitely, dark tan also probably the best one. Nico says dark tan and olive green. That's what coconut uses. Yeah, coconut uses dark tan and olive green. So I say they're probably the better ones to use in terms of an Uzpan mock. However, I thought, yeah, they're probably the best ones to use in the so. I never built one, however, that'd be pretty cool. Nico Brix says, got to go guys. Yeah, no worries, thanks for tuning in. Well, that's how we saw you, but yeah, nice to be here. Alex says, yes, still broken. Yes, same. Mine is still broken from the video that I did with it where I threw on the floor. So, no, it is what it is. Oh well. All right. So, any other like things you want to talk about in terms of like Bad Batch, Mocs, and that some?
Sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, just completely.
Is there like other like sort of topics you want to talk about in terms of like Bad Batch, like any Mocs or anything like that?
I don't really have any like specific ideas for topics. I'm just trying to think.
That's all right. So guys in the chat then, do you want to do like a quick like Q&A, quick fire Q&A thing, like each per question, and we'll try and answer both of them. So if you guys in the chat want to, throw in some questions for us, you can answer them. It could be any sort of questions, like mock building, Lego Star Wars, thoughts on anything. So yeah, definitely throw some questions in the chat and we can answer them. If you guys in the chat want to do that, we can go through and answer those questions. I'm going to quickly find my notes. So yeah, okay. So we could probably quickly talk about what, just a quick fire thing on what we think of the new helmets and Pro as well, because I haven't actually spoken about them on screen. I might probably have some, but just want to like quickly go through your thoughts on all of them and which is the best and not the best. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of the Darth Vader helmet. That's probably my least favorite one. I just think it's just quite an awkward, like it's like quite a weirdly shaped helmet to try and recreate in Lego, and especially I think the neck area, they've kind of like it's not perfect, and could definitely do with a little bit of improvements. I do like the Scout Trooper helmet quite a lot though. I think that's probably my favorite of the helmets so far that Lego's come out with.
Really? Yeah.
I just think that's a really well done little model, especially as it's cheaper than all the other ones as well. So that's even more beneficial.
Wait, how much is that?
The Pro Droid, I feel like it's just quite a weird like set for Lego to make. Like I don't like see it as being that iconic to build, especially when there's probably like more iconic stuff they could have done instead. So I think they've actually done a really good job of how it turned out in the end. So I might consider getting that one at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's probably sort of the same situation for me. The Pro Droid, in my opinion, is a weird one for Lego to do. However, I really do quite like it, so I might even be picking that one up for May the 4th, to be honest. Either that one, Scout Trooper, so we'll have to see. But I'll probably be picking up the Pro Droid for May the 4th, just because I thought it was a weird one when I heard it. I was like, okay, that's going to be interesting. And they've done a pretty good job with it, in my opinion. So I'm pretty happy when they did that. The Darth Vader, like you said, it's a bit of a strange one. I don't really like the way it looks. It just looks really washed, I think, or yeah, just the proportions I don't think are right on it. It's similar to the Iron Man mech, which not the Iron Man mech, the Iron Man helmet, which was back in 2020, like summer 2020, they did the Iron Man helmet, which just had like the wrong proportions, sort of thing. It wasn't brilliant. So and I also like Stormtroopers as well. Like, the Stormtrooper helmet we did back in 2020 as well was not brilliant either. So I say they just got the proportions a bit wrong with the Darth Vader helmet. And the Scout Trooper is again a very, very good one. They're one definitely pick up at some point. So yeah, that's my thoughts on them. Sam, do you know how much the Scout Trooper helmet actually is? Cheaper?
In the UK, I believe the Scout Trooper helmet is going to be £45.
Really? Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And then
yeah, so
the Vader helmet would be 60, I think. So I think it's a lot more expensive for not much more value, essentially.
Yeah, well, that is. I don't know if Darth Vader helped me think that. That really not so well, in my opinion. I don't think most people like it so really well. So yeah, I don't. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, do that people. Is it because it's got less people or something?
And then I think the probe droid's also 16. So I think like between the two, I think you definitely got a better option.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I know what you mean. Like the probe droid is all gone. Yeah, I mean, the probe droid is far better than the Darth Vader helmet. I think it's more detailed. Honestly, like I like the way they did the like the little flap they have in front of the probe droid, like the way they've done the little copy stuff, and that's like quite nice that we haven't seen before. So yeah, I do quite like them. Okay, so we go through things in the chat. So Christopher Commander says, I like the Scout Trooper helmet build. Yeah, that's a very, very good one. Where are we? There's a question. If saying, can I ask a question? How would you ask for permission if you're gonna do it anyway? What? If saying, can I ask a question is a question, how do you ask people if you're gonna do it anyway? Yeah, that made no sense. So, yeah. Commander says, I'm saving my pocket money for useless gunship. Yeah, that's gonna be a very good set, in my opinion. The new like info we got not too long ago with like size and stuff. It should be a very, very cool set. What are your thoughts on the UCS gunships, like size is supposed to be and stuff? So.
I'm excited. I'm really interested to see it mainly because, like, I think with all the new rumors about how it's now going to be just absolutely massive, I think I was always kind of expecting that more than just like an actual play scale one, because then it wouldn't have been a UCS set. But I'd say that the Republic Gunship is probably one of my favorite vehicles in Star Wars. So I think if it does look really good, I will likely to get it. But I did actually make a custom gunship for this Camino Mock, which I also really like a lot. So if it like isn't perfect, then I won't like feel bad if I don't end up getting the gunship. So
yeah, I know.
Hopefully it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched one of your streams on you building the custom gunship. So which model?
Yeah.
Which model was that? Who designed that one?
The designer was a guy called M5 Builds. It's a really good model.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard of UCS Productions. I think you might have. You have, haven't you? So,
he
yeah,
the same one.
Yeah, he got the same one as well. So, yeah, the M5 Build one is, in my opinion, probably the better. I might actually say that's probably the best custom public gunship there is currently, just because I really like the sleek look of it. It looks very, very like sleek and very good in my opinion. So,
I really like how it's basically studless on the outside, which I think is probably better than the Brix one in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, it looks a lot like more cleaned off and rounded off and stuff. So yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Do you know how much it costs to get all those pieces and stuff?
That gun, I think I already owned about 60% of the parts for it.
Really?
So I didn't need to buy those like back. But I think like what I paid to get like the rest of the set, I think it cost me like 40 or 50 pounds. I think you could get the whole thing for like 120 or something like that.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely it is. Yeah, so it's a very, very good looking film. Definitely not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. So I might actually at some point in time, not anytime soon, but at some point in time, I'm doing a custom, I feel like a custom gunship from Mocs or something. That's probably the one I will go for. All right, let's go through the chat a little bit more. Brix says, dude, I personally absolutely love the Darth Vader helmet. Of course, that's my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few people who like the Darth Vader helmet, like Brix Studios like it, and like that. He said it was the best one out of the three, so best one out of all of them. So that's I personally don't agree with. However, I've seen some people like it, which is fair enough. I mean, you can like what you like, I guess, but in my opinion, it's not the greatest. All right, where are we? The techniques on that helmet are insane. Is that the Darth Vader one? If you say, if the Darth Vader one that you talk about, then fair enough. I mean, I've seen it has like a few. It's very, very complex build. It looks like. So I see what you mean there. However, personally, I'm probably not going to get it. It just doesn't work with me, to be honest. I don't like the way it looks, and Yeah, I get it's like probably quite a cool building experience, like all the cool techniques and stuff. However, in my opinion, it's not something I personally get much joy out of. So, yeah. Brix says, "Is Sam building Camino?" He is building Camino, yes, and it looks very, very good
I am indeed. Yeah.
Well, yes, it looks very, very good. It's a very, very impressive one. So, I like what you've done with the tiles on the floor. That like the nice rounded off look as well. That looks very good. So. Yeah,
Thank you.
I guess a good time to say, guys. The link to Sam's channel in the description if you want to see him building his entire Camino Mocs. He does a series on this channel, which is absolutely brilliant. So you should definitely go and subscribe to him if you haven't already, and watch his Camino series, especially because that's a very, very good thing to watch. So, yeah. Before I said, quiz, whose homeworld is Raxus Prime? I have no idea. Sam, do you have any idea whose homeworld is Raxus Prime?
I am not familiar with that name whatsoever now. I have no idea who that is.
No, me neither. Britfly, what's the answer to that one? Because I have no idea. Alex says, "What are your favorite Lego Star Wars minifigures?" Mine is my channel logo. If that counts. I can't quite see what your channel logo is. I can't see what that is. Wait. I can't quite see what your channel logo is, but fair enough. Which one is that then, Alex? I can't quite see which figure that is. But yeah, let us know which one that is. Oh yeah, my favorite Lego Star Wars minifigure is the I say official Lego Star Wars minifigure is probably the best Mando with the arm printing and stuff. I really like the way that looks. I think it's a really, really detailed figure and a great get that one. So that's personally my favorite official one that I own. What about you?
Yeah, I think for me, my favorite types of like Lego minifigures are like the ones like the aliens with like the specially molded heads. I always thought they looked really cool.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is the Zeb figure from Star Wars Rebels. I really like that figure a lot. I don't own him because he's very expensive to get a hold of, but I just think it's really cool. My favorite figure that I own, very recently, like I think yesterday actually, I bought 2 of the Phase 2 Shock Troopers.
Oh, really?
So I'll be getting those in soon, which I'm really excited to get hold of.
Yeah, they're very, very good figure, I have to say. So, yeah, I mean, I do like the Rebel Rise heads for quite a lot of the aliens minifigures and stuff. They're all very, very cool in my opinion. So, yeah, I thought it means like different types of aliens. I think one of my favorite alien minifigures is Imperial from Republic. No, Lane Fog of 2019. That's very, very nice because they've really hit on that. So, yeah, I know what you mean by the aliens. Yeah, they are definitely very, very cool figures. Okay, where are we? Brickfly says, "Answer the home model of the Separatists." Oh, is it really? Wow, I didn't know that. Lazy Brick, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Chris, the Clone Commander says, "Quiz, name every person, including clones, whose home planet is Camino." That may take a very long time, but the Clone Troopers definitely want
to be here all night.
We literally would, yeah. Alex says, "It's a Lego version of me with Count Dooku's lightsaber." Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's very, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't own a Count Dooku, and I really want to because that lightsaber mold is absolutely big. So, yeah, that's a very, very nice combination there, Alex. So, yeah, all right. So, guys, we're just coming up on the hour mark now, so that means the stream will be ending very, very soon. So, any last things you want to say in the chat before we end it up? Any last things you want to sort of go over, Sam?
Not really. Just thank you so much for having me on. This has been a lot of fun talking about Star Wars and Lego.
Yeah, no worries at all. It's been a great time. Okay then. So, any last things, guys, you want to put in then, Ransom? Printful says that my chat's coming through. Yeah, I believe there are. There I've missed. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, I see the one I missed now. Yeah, I agree with you said. I agree with that. I agree. I agree. The Scout Trooper looks whack, but the Darth Vader looks whack. But the Scout Trooper, yes, it's very, very good. I like the Scout Trooper. Yeah, sorry, Britful, I didn't see that before, but yes, it does look very good. The Scout Trooper, the Darth Vader, in my opinion, and the was as well as a little bit strange. Where we go? Where we go? The commander says, "I think that the Bad Batch will be in the Bad Batch show. Don't tell anyone I told you." Oh, really? How did you figure that one out? Fly says, "Oh, you guys are Star Wars fans. Name every clone." Loads fun. Yeah, fair enough. Pudding with Callum says, "How is your day?" Yeah, pretty good, thanks. Pretty good. How about you? Brickful says, "Oh, what doesn't matter." Yeah, sorry about I missed that. I don't see it before. So sorry about that. Yeah, my apologies. Brickfly says, "Well, very soon I'm gonna build a Rax of Mock." Really, that's absolutely awesome. Yeah. All right then. So, I guess without further ado, then, guys, we'll end the stream up here. So, a very big thank you to Not That Fancy for joining us today.
that's basically the progress I made. I just like tiled out most of this floor, which I think is pretty good going so far, at least.
Yeah, it definitely is. I really like the curves down the middle, like the dual plates going through the center of like two curves, so like through the in between two curves. So yeah, that's very, very good. I really like the way that looks. So yes, so big thanks to Sam for coming on today. Of course, make sure to subscribe to him. There's a link to his channel down in the description below. Big thanks to Brickflash Smoothie, Pulling with Callum, Lalek, Christoclone, Commander, Brickflash Productions, everybody. I think I said Lalek as well before. Yeah, so thank you all for thank you all very, very much for coming in today. Had a great time. Hopefully, I'll be able to speak in the next stream because I've really struggled to speak today, which is not ideal. But yes, see you all very, very soon. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. And as always, have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.